Tank is done. Tank is hung him up. Hey, shoes off. Get the bag. Put a plaque up. He done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solo, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
The boxing world is asking one clear question: is this the end for Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a fighter who was once seen as the future of boxing, the man expected to follow Floyd Mayweather, the knockout star who filled arenas and brought in huge pay-per-view numbers, now seems like he has lost his passion for the sport that made him famous, from unexpected legal issues to avoiding tough opponents to his slow showing against Lamont Roach that left fans confused. It feels like we could be seeing the close of an era right in front of us.
I'm gonna do like this for y'all. Since y'all think it ain't no love over here. We'll put the quiet on here.
You know what I'm saying?
How did y'all meet?
Hold on. Okay. I want to say something too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, they want me and this dude
Let's get this clear.
to be in beef. They want us to be, you know what I'm saying, going at it on Twitter because we young, you know what I'm saying, flashy, light-skinned dudes, you know what I'm saying? We getting a lot of money and we doing some big things, and it's only the sky's the limit for both of us, all 3 of us, for real. So, you know, they want us to be, but you know what I'm saying? We gonna keep on winning, keep on getting money, and keep doing what we supposed to.
And ain't no way that's gonna happen with an OG in this corner and I'm OG in this corner here. And never in the future. It ain't gonna never happen. It's business.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
How did y'all meet?
Got some greatness around here.
How did y'all meet?
What's your name?
Devin was fired. How old you was when you
No, like,
it was young, yeah.
14.
But I already knew about Devin a long time ago because he was in the amateurs. You know what I mean? Beating everybody up and shit like that. Now he turned pro. You know what I mean?
If y'all played it right, it's a 9-figure fight though. Y'all play this shit right.
Dude, here you go. Here you go.
100 with y'all. I want y'all to make money.
Kimbo slightly.
Say it again.
This is where things start to get complicated, so let us get into it. For years, Gervonta "Tank" Davis created a name for himself as one of the most dangerous knockout fighters in boxing, a man who could stop anyone from 130 to 135. Every punch made a strong impact, and every fight felt special. Fans even compared him to Mike Tyson, while Floyd Mayweather called him the face of boxing, and Tank fully accepted being known as the most feared lightweight in the sport.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta "Tank" Davis. When Gervonta "Tank" Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
Instead of news about his next big fight, the focus has shifted to another case, another court date, and another reason why fans believe boxing is no longer his main focus. Now we have to face the main issue at a time when Tank should have been fully locked in on his career. He became involved in yet another domestic violence case.
Of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law, and the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Reports came out about a troubling situation that shocked his supporters and pushed the idea that Tank is struggling to manage his life outside the ring.
Welcome back. Champion boxer Gervonta "Tank" Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations against him.
This wasn't the first time either. His past has been filled with charges and arrests ranging from public fights to hit-and-run incidents. Every time it looks like he moves past it and returns to boxing as if nothing happened. But this recent case felt different. Fans and experts are now saying enough is enough. You cannot keep calling someone the best in boxing when they are spending more time in court than in training camps.
Tank Davis, you know, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
You know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your... That's it, basically. Just say you don't hit women, man.
And then the Lamont Roach fight happened. This was meant to be Tank's big comeback performance. He was expected to dominate. Roach shut down the criticism and prove he was still at the top level. But what we saw was the complete opposite. For the first time, Tank appeared human, slow, tired, and not fully engaged. Roach came in as the underdog, but looked sharp and made Tank seem average. Fans were shocked when Tank ended up taking a knee, a moment that quickly spread everywhere that did not look like the Tank everyone knew the feared knockout puncher and dominant force in the division. Instead, it looked like a fighter who was not himself.
Yeah, man, I just want to say to let the people know that this judge is crazy, bro. This judge is, she locked me up because basically I bought a property. I did everything in my power to listen to my lawyers.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
To the home detention people. I listened to everybody to the T. She's mad that I bought a property. That's why I'm sitting in jail. She said that I shouldn't have. She wanted me to be in an apartment, a one-bed apartment. You know what I mean? And I couldn't even, you know what I mean, take that. You know what I mean? She wanted me to stay in a one-bed apartment, couldn't have my kids and nothing to come visit me and things like that. I just want to spread light on this situation because I feel as though she's taking advantage of me. She feels
You have 30 seconds remaining.
and she's doing stuff that's not right to me. I feel as though I don't know if she's a bad judge or not, but the things that she's doing right now is not right. You know what I mean? I feel as though I need to shed light on this situation.
The fight ended in a majority draw, but many felt like it was really a loss. Roach left the ring with his reputation boosted, while Tank walked away looking exposed. Almost overnight, the pound-for-pound talk stopped, including his name, and fans were no longer pushing for big fights like Tank versus Shakur or Tank versus Haney. Instead, the conversation shifted toward accountability.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. While my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
What made it worse? Instead of calling for a rematch with Roach to prove the draw was a fluke, Tank has been dodging the idea completely. He does not want that smoke. He knows that another fight with Roach could end even worse, and his legacy would take a permanent hit. And that's when fans really started to realize Tank isn't interested in proving himself anymore. He isn't chasing greatness, is chasing paydays.
This is my opinion. Sure. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision, or I think the draw was meant to be. So I like the draw. No, if you take the knee, man, if you take the knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, you know, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. You know, the referee with the eyes, you know, he's like, a point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not, look, did Gervonta get hit? Was he dazed? Who knows? Only he knows. But what I saw, when you take a knee, that's an automatic point. That's just the rule. This is not basketball. This is not, you know, this is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, I mean, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what New York is gonna settle on, but the rules are the rules.
Which brings us to the most frustrating part of this whole story. Tank is chasing Jake Paul, a YouTuber, a man who has built his career fighting former MMA stars and celebrity names, not world-class boxers.
Well, first off, the rematch, yes, it don't look like it's happening. That's just to, you know, put it out there and be transparent with everyone, because that's the only question I get 10 times a day, maybe even more. So, you know, that's what it is, and that's what it's looking like. Again, we still haven't heard from his camp, like specifically when it comes to the business. So, you know, it is what it is. As far as my future, man, we moving on. We can't just sit around and drag our feet. But there has been some recent news that, you know, his charges got dismissed in Florida.
That's good news. But does that open up the possibility for talks to reopen, Champ, or are you gonna move on for the time being and maybe revisit this later? What's the general feeling with you and your camp?
I mean, like I said, we're not going to sit and wait. I think their best bet is to, you know what I'm saying, try to structure something. If not, you know, we're gonna move forward. We don't have time to be. It's not like we're the cash cow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but do you think he even wants to fight you?
Honestly, no.
Now don't get me wrong, Jake Paul knows how to promote a fight, and he brings in big numbers. But for a fighter like Gervonta Davis, for someone who was expected to be the face of boxing, this kind of matchup feels disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Fans see it for what it is, a money grab. Tank knows Jake brings a huge payday and massive attention, but in terms of legacy and competition, it means nothing. It feels like the kind of move you make when you are no longer focused on boxing as a sport and only see it as a business, and that is exactly the impression people are getting from Tank right now.
Didn't say you got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say, I'm not who I say I am, come prove me.
But here's the thing, it might not even be about Jake Paul, because before the Roach fight, Tank was already teasing retirement, dropping hints, posting cryptic messages, and straight up saying he did not know how much longer he wanted to do this. Think about that for a second. A fighter at his peak, still undefeated at the time, still one of the biggest names in boxing, already talking about being done. That is not normal. That is a fighter who mentally checked out long before he ever stepped in the ring. With Lamont Roach.
I want to talk about, just because I'm curious. So you see a lot of athletes announce retirement and then come back, or announce retirement and then don't retire. How realistic is this?
It's real.
Has it changed? Have you been have you had any thoughts like, maybe I was tripping a bit?
Yeah, I do be having those thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's also too, I want to get myself together though.
Which is much more important.
Yeah, I really want to get myself together, like not retire, but take a break, you know. But the only thing is, well, I ain't gonna lie, I done already made a promise. To Al, like we out of it type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I can stick around and just, I will help people and guide people, but as far as like me competing, I don't really want to do it. It's like other stuff I need to work on, you know, like being more there for my kids, going to school, you know, just building myself up as a person, you know what I mean, as a great human being. That's what I'm focusing on.
And after that draw, after the backlash, after the humiliation of looking human in front of the entire world, retirement suddenly feels much closer than people expected. Even other fighters are now speaking up. Clarissa Shields, one of the greatest female boxers on the planet, and a close friend of Tank, said it clearly: he needs therapy, not training, not a new fight, not another tune-up therapy. That alone tells you everything you need to know. The people closest to him are seeing signs that this is not just about boxing anymore.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really trying be in this too much longer. That's the answer right there for you.
How old are you now? 28?
28.
Yeah. How much longer are you expecting to do it?
Once I get them guys out of there, I'm gone.
Is that right? Let's say like 30-ish, something like that? Why do you want to get out so soon?
I want to just help people that's coming behind me. I feel as though that's more important. Future.
Is that why you got Lamont Peterson and Anthony on this card?
They was before me, but they're trying to do my good deeds. I feel as though it's something that is installed in me. There's loyalty. I feel as though that's something that people are missing out here. I feel as though if you're in a position to help somebody, help them for the right reason.
Are you retiring?
Are you losing the
trash? What changed? What made you? It's trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like
the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with the
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might regain the love for it though? You never know. Like you say, you got to walk today.
It's about Gervonta Davis, the man, the person behind the gloves, his mental struggles, his lack of focus, and the anger that seems to be spilling into his personal life. It all appears to be catching up to him, and honestly maybe she is right. Maybe Tank needs time away from the ring, time to focus on himself, because the version of him we are seeing now does not look like a champion. It looks like someone who no longer wants to be there, and that is the most painful part of this whole story. Tank Davis was meant to be remembered as one of the greatest lightweights of all time.
We can debate the top fighter in the world pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, if you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what I want to see.
We've seen it before, fighters with all the talent in the world who couldn't escape their demons. And right now, Tank looks like he's next on that list.
There we go again. That's why I don't do interviews anymore, because they always take my word and misconstrue it. You know what I'm saying? When we was talking about individuals, we wasn't talking about nobody specific, and we wasn't talking about Tank. Tank's my baby. Tank, Kenny said, out of 100, 2 of them love you. That's one of them that do love you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing I don't want. He's a grown man, and he have the right to make the grown man decisions that he want. So let's get that. Put that up. Everybody's snatching something and don't even have a clue. And that's what I was saying about social media. You know what I'm saying? If you don't hear a person say it out their mouth, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. I love all my fighters, but I'm just trying to tell them, man, I'm not getting younger. I'm getting older. I'm getting to a point in my life that is just getting on my nerves that they don't appreciate the work that we are putting in. Appreciate. Show up for the coach. Be on time. That is stuff I'm talking about.
Stop this narrative about Tank not paying their Calvin. Each and every time I worked that corner with Tank, Tank took care of me. And he's going to continue to take care of me. Tank is family for life. Yeah. And it wasn't you that started the Southpaw. It started a couple years ago with the Vegas Rat. But in Baltimore, we don't count other men's pockets. I don't care if he's a billionaire, I'm not counting his pockets.
A man who ruled over multiple divisions, built a strong legacy, and was expected to lead boxing into a new era. Instead, he could end up being remembered as someone who let it slip away, someone who could not control his life outside the ring, someone who avoided real tests inside the ring, someone who focused more on social media attention and fast money instead of securing his place in history. We have seen this story before, fighters with huge talent who could not overcome their personal struggles. And right now Tank appears to be heading down that same path.